How's it going, everyone? KayneHunterTaker here, and welcome back to another episode of Kayne's Bedtime. I've got a few things to talk about today. I honestly thought I wasn't going to have much to do, because I thought I would do it like a weekly kind of thing, or shoot for a week. And yeah, I managed to rack up some topics to talk about, which is awesome. So I think what I'll start off with is a game that appeared in the first episode, Max Xeno. I beat it. I actually beat it last week, or maybe this week. Yeah, I loaded up my tanks with some cool gear, and yeah, I actually beat it. And I was really happy with the result in the end. So basically everyone's happy in a way, because the big boss machine's gone. But the protagonist decided to go his own way and just travel the wastelands, basically. But then, see, I forget the protagonist's name. I named him Petey, so now he's known as Petey, no matter what. But what's the friend's? I'm pretty sure it's Yoki. I think Yoki. And yeah, he wanted to tag along because he wants to find some cute girls, hopefully. But basically, because they've sort of built a bond ship now, they're sort of best friends, if you know what I mean. And you know, Petey's happy to have him tag along. But then, as they're all saying goodbyes, there was someone missing. And I was like, huh, okay, that's odd, but I suppose I could understand why she wasn't there. But then, right as the credits finished up, if I remember her name, Tony? Excuse me, hiccup. That wasn't a burp, that was a hiccup. Tony rocked, like, she appeared in front of them, and she said, I want to tag along with you. I want to, you know, be part of your adventures. And the two of them were happy for her to tag along. So the love triangle kind of, you know, ripped them apart, if you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, they all, you know, they all want to stick together and travel the lands of, you know, Max Xeno. I mean, that's not what they're called, but you know what I mean, like the game. And I believe there's a second one coming out, so we might, you know, continue on the story, or we might meet new people. So I look forward to it. And what was really cool was so you complete the game, and then you get to do New Game Plus, and you could pick between story and hunter mode. So I picked hunter, and there's actually some new stuff in like this round, and I'm actually tempted to do a KG Plus on it. So, you know, I'll record as a playthrough. I'm sort of debating on it, because there is a lot of times where it does get a little bit tedious, especially the parts where you're exploring ruins. It can be such a drag, those parts. So, sorry, still got a bit of a cough, still beating it. So it's like, here's you starting point. So here's the last chest to look for. It goes like this. Oh, get one there. Oh, now down here. Oh, one in there. Alright, go up. And I mean, that's always like, you know, a thing in some games, but yeah, goddamn, I wish you could speed it up a little bit. But you can buy some repel spray to shoo the enemies away, so you don't have to bother with that. But yeah, I was very happy with this game in the end, and I look forward to the second one hopefully coming out. And I want it to be a physical copy, hopefully. Mind you, I need to get Reborn, because apparently it's a remake of this one, so I might get my hands on that at some point. Alright, and because I finished that game, I can now, you know, start a new game that I've got sort of piled up, that I've been, you know, adding to my collection. I started Titanfall II, and I feel really bad. This game is really awesome. I haven't finished it yet. I think I'm probably more than a quarter of the way. I found Beatty, so we've got Beatty, he's the Titan, where he's pilot now. We lost the original pilot, he passed away or got killed, and I'm up to the part where you just did this weird sort of arena battle. So they were building these how do I put it, like building an environment, and then you had to take out these guards, and I've just done that bit. But I'm really having a good time with this game. Me and Luke got into the first one when it come out, and I loved it. I loved the idea of the game. I really had a good time with it, but I just didn't have much fun with the multiplayer. It just, unfortunately, I wasn't feeling it. I mean, me and Luke did a couple of sessions on it, and I was never wanted to pick it up again. And I thought, well, Titanfall 2, I won't worry about picking it up. And yeah, I got it pre-owned for like 19 bucks, and I feel kind of bad that I, missed out. Like, I let it slide away from my radar, because it is actually really enjoyable. I love the dialogue between you and Beatty. You can actually choose what options you want to talk to, and I'm actually growing attached to him now, so if anything happens to him, I will probably cry. But yeah, I'm having a really good time with this one, really am. The combat is just really smooth, the gunplay, the running on the walls is really good. I wish I'd recorded a playthrough for it now. I did record an hour or so just from the start, because I thought if I'm going to talk about it in Kayne's bedtime, I'll put a bit of game footage over the top, and I was like, holy shit, this is excuse me, snuck up on me, this is a video game. That's really awesome. So yeah, well, if there's a Titanfall 3, I will definitely do a playthrough on that to make up for the fact that I missed out on this one. Alright, an update on Star Wars Squadrons. Yeah, I did another session the other night. I'm now the Empire, which is awesome. I was really looking forward to doing them. And I only did the first mission, but whew, they're pretty intense, these. I mean, considering that the Empire have fallen, well, actually, no, they're still going. Like, the Emperor is gone, Vader is gone, but there's someone still in charge, and these people I mean, you talk to these people on the Rebels, oh yeah, I had a good time doing this, blah 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 and all that, oh I can't wait to get out there. The Empire, holy shit. I mean, one character's like, there is nothing more than I want than to kill rebel scum. That's all I want. And I'm like, alright, got some issues. I don't want to be near you. So yeah, they definitely have really set the tone for the Empire. I was kind of hoping it'd be like the comic. See, I keep bringing up the comic. It is such a good read. I mean, it's only like 4 issues, but it is really awesome. I was hoping it was going to be sort of like that crew. They're very high in spirit. Mind you, that's because the Empire is still running with the Emperor, Palpatine, but yeah, I was sort of hoping that our lot's a bit miserable at the moment. Fucking cheer up. Alright, I'll keep with the games because I've just started. Well, see, I started last night, but I'm actually almost finished the episode. I just got to do a clean run of it to make sure everything's all, like, the audio's at neutral, so the music's not louder than my voice, or at some points my voice is lower, so you don't have to keep having to readjust the volume. I've done an episode on The Punisher, so I'm almost done, and I just thought while I'm doing this I'll talk about it. Yeah, I had even though it was a few months ago, it's just such a great game to go back to. I remember when it first came out, and I just had so much fun. I won't talk too much because, like I said, I've done a Kayne Talks Games on it, so I've done a in-depth video on how much it means to me, how much fun I had with it, and that if Resident Evil and SmackDown games weren't on my list as favourites, this would be my #1. So yeah, good game. Alright, I got to the comic shop this fortnight. Oh, I really did miss it. It's been a month since I last went because I was sick. I got a big stack of comics I'm going through, which is just awesome. Oh, I really did miss it. I thought to myself, oh, do I really, need to read comics? But boy, did I, miss just sitting down, having a drink. I got some, YouTube running on in the background of my favourite YouTubers that I've probably watched 100 times because I like listening to them, and then just reading the comics. I've got about 20, and I've probably gone through 10. So yeah, that'll be in preparations for Collector's Zone Haul tomorrow, so I won't show them now. That'll be for that video. But just talking on that subject, Jurassic Park, I've read some more. I am right up to the T-Rex pen, and I am shocked that they've seen the T-Rex. Everyone has seen it in that it was eating, like it was in its feeding time, and just the way they were explaining it kind of scared me in a way. And it wasn't like it was night time. I think it's still sort of afternoonish, but the way Alan Grant was like the way the book was explaining it, they let the goat out, and the trees are rustling. A head pops out. It's looking around, looking for another, waiting for anything else for the, the goat, because once blood's in the air, something else might come through looking, and then it just goes and eats it up and sees the trucks looking at them, and then it runs away. So that was, it kind of give me the chills, just how they sort of captured the, the look of the T-Rex in text form. So I get the feeling the next chapter or so, we're finally gonna get the T-Rex breaking out of its pen. Funny enough, talking about comic shop, I did start reading this, and then I put it aside for a while because I was sort of, fancy something different. I got the Vol 2 of Hack and Slash, the omnibus, and I absolutely love Hack and Slash. I just wish she'd get a bit more recognition, if you know what I mean. I mean, this is a character that could have had a show like Buffy, Supernatural, and mind you, Ash vs Evil, or what is Ash vs Evil Dead? Sorry, I mean, I could have seen Cassie Hack in that kind of series. So I'm sort of hoping one day that it happens, because I always have such a good time reading her comics. I've gone through the first omnibus. I got something before. What was it before the omnibus? Because I was really a big fan of hers. I've even got a figurine, like statue of her. But I was looking up and everything to see what, if she got any like shows or maybe a movie. But nah, nothing really. I think there was a play. That was about it. But like I was saying, I kind of went off track. Yeah, went through it, and I'm always having a good time reading. I've just read the one where it was really sort of freaky. It was like these college girls. They were sorry, my eye. I got itchy eye. Itchy. It's almost like I'm trying. Like my fingers are telling me, don't forget this bit. Don't forget this bit. It's almost like a code in a way. But yeah, these college girls were in this sort of, not a cult, but it was, what's that term? Sorority. Oh, we are all sisters here. But the leader of them, she needed sort of she needed virgin blood to stay young, and there was one part where she ripped the skin off all these girls, and she formed into this like snake, what are they called, like Lamia creatures, and I was like, ooh. So I got through that bit, and I'm just in the middle of the next, I want to call it arcs, so it's almost, so it's like a comic run, then the next run, the next one. It's like these wolf children, I've actually forgot the actual plot of it, but this guy sort of adopted these kids, but they were really rabid, they were like wolves, sort of like that, and one night the leader of the pack killed him, and they roam in the woods as like a pack of wolves, and Cassie just sort of, she kind of breaks down a bit because she has to kill them because they're rabid, they're not gonna get better. And yeah, that kind of, it creeped me out, especially when like some of the panels were in the forest. It was like, ooh, ooh, and it's not a wolf, it's a rabid child. And I've got a new statue for the collection. I was going to do a collector's own haul and just show, but I might do it as an unboxing. I got a Woman of Dynamite Vampirella. I got this one I had my eye on for a very, very long time, and the comic shop got one in, and that was about a month and a half ago. Put it on lay-by, and yeah, finally got it. I'm probably going to put my other one away when I do my big cleanup. I'm going to be doing that next week. I was supposed to do it so much earlier on my holiday, but because I got sick, I didn't want to get dust in the air, and my lungs with all being congested make it worse. And I just thought, you know what, I'll just wait a week once I want to get these air dusters to go through all my statues and dust them for the air to, go like get out the dust as much as I can. Oh, there's one cough. And yeah, I'll put my other Vampirella away and get this one displayed. And what was it? Was issue 2, issue 1, and it was just a really nice cover. And to see that there was a statue coming out, I thought, oh, I want that. Thank God I got a reference to look at, because I completely forgot what else I wanted to talk about, because I was so dumb doing my update vlog completely forgot to talk about this thing I was so excited about. Bloody Knuckle Society. I'm in the process of editing episode 2. I've got 2 matches done. I'm just in a little bit of a brick wall, because what I want to do to try and keep it sort of, so the matches are the focus, right? So I want to make sure that's important, not like before where like background, like backstage interactions with characters didn't draw out so much in this series. So matches are important, but after each match I want to add a story panel just to tell what's going on backstage. So if someone's won a match, then backstage they might have a confrontation with someone. You know, for example, Snake is the hardcore champion, he's undefeated. He might encounter the Kid, who he had a feud with in EWS, but now it's Bloody Knuckle Society. So I basically want to make sure that my characters are alive, if you know what I mean. They're not just in matches, you can kind of grow attached to them. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle with one story. I actually don't know what to do for the best. So basically Snake, spoiler alert, he successfully defends his hardcore title again, and he's backstage gloating because there's two personalities with Snake. One is he gloats when he wins, like really gloats when he wins, and he gets pissed off. Yeah, he's like a switch. If you piss him off, he will knock your lights out. And the worst part is him gloating, if you know what I mean. But I was sort of setting it up as a feud between him and Lars, but I kind of like the way I'm doing Lars. He lost his match against Kayne. Oh, KayneHunterTaker. Ooh, who's that? And he's sort of gone missing, and the pack are broken down a little bit. But I don't know what to do for the best, because Snake's got a undefeated streak. Do I have Lars beat him? But then I'm thinking, well, Lars had a shot at the world title. I don't want to give him another one. And I sort of want to keep Lars off for a while and then has a big return. So I don't know if I might just scrap it for now. I'll hold it off. I'll just have Snake gloating a bit. I was going to say I might have the Kid sort of keep getting in his face. I want a rematch. You got close. Oh, actually, yeah, that might work. I might do that, actually. I'll keep the Kid going for a couple more feud episodes with Snake for the title. And yeah, so currently in the process of editing that. The one thing I didn't want to do was just focus on editing the episodes. If I have a couple of minutes, you know, say I've just done some exercise and I've had a shower, and then I thought, well, before dinner I'll add a little bit, so that kind of thing. So the idea is, if I've got time and I don't fancy playing a game, I will edit the episode, which I've done, good so far. I've edited 2 matches, I've got 4 more to go, and yeah, the episode's almost, halfway there. So that's Bloody Knuckle Society. I had a bit of a break from drawing for a while. I've been sort of chipping away. I've added a bit more to my Terminator drawing. I got the colours and a bit of detail in, and I'm really happy with how it's looking at the moment, because yeah, it took me, I struggled a little bit with the line art. I don't hate it. I love drawing. I really love drawing, but I hate the inking part. That's such a long process, but once I've done that and the colours are on, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, a bit of colour, bring life to it. And it's ooh, excuse me, that snuck up. And yeah, I'm probably 40% done. I got his biceps done. I got the really cool eye done. But while I've been doing that, I'm gonna have to get a drink, sorry. What I should have done is put the water in front of the camera. Yeah, I'm still, for some reason when I'm sick, it takes me a long time to get over it. I haven't got the snotty nose or, the fever and all that, but the cough always hangs around for such a long time. But yeah, while I was doing the inking of Terminator, I come up with an idea. I thought to myself, once I get frustrated, stop. Don't keep forcing myself. So I decided I'll start my next drawing. I've actually started Red Sonja, because she's right now see, I can't pick. I've got a I don't even know what to call them, like a group of kick-ass women, kind of thing going on. I love Vampirella, I love Red Sonja, I love Chastity, Cassie Hack. It's like those women are my top favourite in comics. So I thought, I really want to draw one of them. And I thought to myself, Vampirella, I will hold off for now, once I, you know, because I really want to get a handle of that's one that snuck up, really got me. And sorry, yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I want to get a handle of what art style I want. I've been tackling it a little bit, and I've been looking back at my drawings. I thought, wow, the change in every drawing, which is a good thing. I'm noticing that with every drawing I've done a little bit different. And I was really happy with my Tifa drawing. I loved that sort of style that I went with. So I was going to try and stick with that. So I brought it with the Terminator, and I just changed it a little bit, and I'm so happy with how it's turning out. And now that I'm working on Red Sonja, I'm going to try and do Vampirella next, which I'm really looking forward to. Mind you, I'm sort of sticking to a code, man, woman, so then I'm sort of, you know, keeping it a variety. So Terminator's almost done, Red Sonja's draft is done, gonna start inking soon, and I'm really happy with the Sonja drawing because when I first started off, it was a bit scary. I thought, oh, I've got to make sure I do it perfect. So many layers of, you know, different parts of the drawing, and then it's like, oh, where's that layer, where's that layer? And with each drawing I've forced myself to try and make less layers. Red Sonja is 2. I got the basic draft, and then I got the clean draft, and I was like, I did it, I managed to break that habit. So now, instead of doing the basic draft, the second draft, the third clean draft, the fourth clean draft, you know what I mean? So now I've sort of broken that habit, which I'm really happy about, and the drawings are gonna keep on coming. I almost forgot a game, because I actually don't own a physical copy. I did a Kickstarter many years ago, and I played the first volume, but I've never got around to playing the second volume. Grisaia Phantom Trigger. Yeah, they ran I didn't realise it was a series, the Grisaia, and they did a Kickstarter for this new game series that they wanted to do, a visual novel, and I love my visual novels, and at the time I was just sort of going through Kickstarter, you know, oh, what looks good, and I understand, you know, Kickstarter has risks, but so far they've all been pretty good. I've had a few visual novel games, or even games in general, that have come out and, you know, I've been happy with. So a couple of days ago I finally got to play Titanfall 2 when it was 2018 when I did the first volume. But the biggest reason I didn't want to do that was my tonsils are really bad. When I first started YouTube, I could read visual novels no problem. Now it's like when I talk for so long, even when I've got some water near me, as soon as my tonsils start to flare up, they just swell up and my voice gets really sore, like my throat gets really sore the next day. So I thought, well, if I can't do that, why play a visual novel game? And then I thought to myself, you know, I might just, let's not worry about that. Let's just play the game and see how I go. I had a really good time. Grisaia is good because most of the dialogue is spoken, but Haruto, sort of the main character, he doesn't. So I was talking his dialogue in the last volume, and it got really tough near the end, and I thought, well, like I said, I won't talk, and I had a really good time in the end. There was moments where I was getting a little emotional, there was moments where I was happy, just my reactions to, so say they were talking and I'd be like, oh, that's really harsh, oh my, you know, that kind of thing, and I really had a good time in the end. So I said to myself, I don't have to talk the dialogue. If, you know, I gotta stop stressing myself over it, you know, I have to talk the dialogue. I mean, some people are happy just to watch the, you know, the game without, you know, people talking the dialogue. So I thought I'll do that. I won't worry about that anymore. I'll still play the visual novel games that I love and just have a good time with it. And I did. And I got so many on my Steam library that I haven't played and that have been sitting there. I'm finally going to go through them and play them. And I mean, so many times but so many fun times I've had with these, you know, with some playthroughs were the visual novels. I think the first one I ever did was Vera Blanc, like Full Moon. that was a really fun one. It was like a detective game, and you know, a werewolf. I think she's the werewolf. It's been so long, but it was a really fun game, and I really had a good time with it. And then a lot of Halloween games, a visual novel that I've played over the years, and some were scary and really cool. So I was really happy that I decided to sit down and play and sort of broke that barrier. So I'll be playing a few more visual novels in the future, hopefully. Alright everyone, I think that's all I got to talk about for tonight's episode. I had a really good time. I was skeptical. I thought I'll do the first episode and I'll see how it goes, and I honestly thought I wasn't going to have a lot to talk about, but turns out I did. What I've been doing, I've been noting things down that I've done. There was a few things that I wanted to talk about, but I thought I won't do it tonight. I'll do it another night, just to have something to talk about. I'll do a little bit of a review. It's about Resident Evil 2, the board game. I've got some miniatures. I'm hopefully going to be doing some painting next week, so that'll be fun if I can get it done eventually. It depends how long it takes to do this room, clear it up a little bit. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later, and have a good night.